All right, let's go. We're back. I need to get me some intro music, like some superhero music to come on. Get my mic right. Mic check. Give me some superhero music that I can play when I come on while I wait on people to join. God, let me clear my throat. I hope you don't mind. All right, so we're going to give you about 2 minutes. This is our midday inspiration for Thursday, September, let's see, September 12th. This is our midday inspiration, 12 noon, Thursday, September 12th. All righty. And waiting on a few people to join here before I get started. All right. I'm going to do a countdown. I'm just going to start, man. Y'all going to come in and just pick it up as I go. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really don't like talking to an empty screen, but I am. I'll just look at myself and talk to the superhero who I am. I am fantastic. I am magnificent. I am intelligent. I am knowledgeable. I am a superhero. See, the thing is, if you don't say it, well, if I don't say that to myself, who's going to say it to me? If you don't say that to yourself, who's going to say it to you? I might say it. I might tell Miss Coleman that you're the best of the best and you're a superhero and you are magnificent and you're intelligent and you're a money magnet. I might tell Miss Coleman that. But who else going to tell her that? If she doesn't tell herself that. So you always got to tell yourself, man, look in the mirror when you wake up and say, I love myself. Now, I know that goes against all the things that the cult leaders have taught us. You say, who the cult leaders? The United States of America. the thing that we were born into. We were born into a gigantic cult. And the cult leaders don't teach talking to yourself. Don't teach affirmations or positive affirmations. They just don't teach it, or they don't teach them. So it goes against everybody's thought process when you start saying stuff like that. When you start saying I'm the best of the best and I'm fantastic, but guess what? You ain't got to say it to them because they won't say it to you, but you need to say it to yourself. It's a must because we were born to win and programmed to lose. So you have to do these things. It's a must if you want to win in life. All right, so today I got a few commandments that I've been using these commandments ever since I've been in business. Ever since I started in business. Well, I would probably say maybe not maybe 4 years after being in business. And so I was just writing these down one day and I called them commandments and I added to it just to have a little fun. It's really things that you should do, things you should watch out for. But I call them my thou and my thou shall nots. So these are my commandments that I put on a sheet of paper that from my first 4 years in business, and I created these now, and I still use them. So there's nothing on here. Something might be a little dated because of technology now, but I'll correct it as we go. But here we go. Let's talk about the 20th commandment. So we got 20 of them. So we're going to do a countdown. All right. So if you're in business, and I'm assuming a lot of people that that will maybe watch this video, who maybe join a little later, you're going to miss this part unless you go back and review it. Now, I don't know where you're going to review it. I guess you can go to the My Wealth Lounge YouTube page. And I think all those are on there too. So, all right, here we go. When you're in business or you working on a project, something big that you want to win in life with, you must be willing to, don't say you have to, because you might not have to, but you must be willing to travel. Now, because everything is online now, and because people just want to be in their chair at home, being comfortable on their phone, a lot of people have this one commandment here. A lot of people kind of said they don't have to do anymore. If I have a client or a potential client, or if I'm working on a project, and maybe the project I'm working on, there's a museum in a certain city that would help me. Now, I know I could go on YouTube and flip and go through that. I know that's what people do. Some people do. But for me to make that project really pop, or for me to really get that client, or for me to learn something I really need to learn, you might have to be there. I mean, you might have to take your physical body to that location. I know that really sounds crazy now. I know it really does, because everything is online. But I remember the days when it wasn't an online, when it wasn't an internet, and we had to go face to face to look at a person or see a person. I know you're saying that's the olden days. Well, it might be. Not might be. It is. But some of the olden day principles still need to be used. Still need to be used. And I know people who do a lot of things online and would easily say or quickly say, you don't have to do that anymore. You don't. You don't. But I tell you, some things you might need to do just for clarity. It's nothing like, let's say you want to this particular building, and you go online on YouTube and you see everything in there. But there's a big difference when you actually show up to that building. And here's another thing. You don't know who you might meet on the way. You don't know who you might meet at the building that might can give you more stories. You don't know what will happen if your client or potential client see you really showing up, that you put some money in it to go visit them. You know, you actually showing up at the place, and now you saying, I'm serious. You know, again, at one point, that's the only way we could do it. You had to do it that way. Now, because of online, you don't have to do it that way. But I tell you, that's an extra piece of icing on the cake to meet this potential client, to meet his, staff to meet. So that commandment, thou shalt be willing to travel to get to the to make your particular situation more successful for you. Thou must be willing to travel. Now, I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying if somebody says you need to be here, you need to be there. Or if you look at your project and you look at you thinking to yourself, I need to be there. You must be willing to do that now. Don't let the smooth taste of online, don't let the smooth taste of the internet and social media fool you. And nothing beats face to face. All right. Commandment number 19. I think I'll move on from that one. Commandment number 18. This is another thou shalt not. In business and in life, we are all human. And we all do something that might let somebody else down. We might say we joining with you as a partner or something, and then we quit. We might say something out of line at a business meeting. And I'm just using business examples. In personal life, too, you have these. But here's the thing. Thou shalt not get upset or be shocked by anything. See, we have to be prepared for that. That's why I have over my door going into my closet, stay calm. Stay calm. Because we can quickly get into our emotions. And that thing there, boy, the emotions that thing will just take you all out of whack. Because when we get into our emotions take us back to the past. And it makes us think of everything else. And then we get all excited about it. We can't get emotional about it. That's why you have to stay calm. And just know, okay, this person who did that to me, they're a human being. They might be mean. They might be all of that. But remember, the goal is, us getting mad, us getting upset, us being shocked only bothers us, not them. Unless you lose it on them and go do something crazy. Now you got both situations. But if you step back for a minute, much as you want to say something, much as you want to snap, because when you snap, it's going to only feel good for that moment, for that little time. And it's going to feel good because you snap. But a little later, you riding in the car, you sitting at home, and you start thinking about what happened. And you saying to yourself, I should have never done that. I don't know why. Because it's going to come back on you, because then it's going to only bother you, not the other person. It's not. Great afternoon, Miss Desiree. But it's not going to bother anybody but you. That person is gone about their business. They might be a little upset at you, but then they're going to move on. And now you upset at yourself. You upset at yourself. You upset at them. And you thinking, I shouldn't have done that. But it's too late. You ever start saying something to a person And as you saying it, you snapping, you see the words coming out of your mouth. You want to grab them and just like push them back in. Like, come here. It's too late. They out. They are out the barn, down the street, and turn the corner now because you said it. And you know, we all human. Again, that person was human, you human, and we all do these things. And I'm not saying when you do it again today or tomorrow, don't beat yourself up about it, but just start noting that. You know, like our friend Lawana that be on the morning calls said that she has something set in her phone, so the people who normally push her buttons, when their name come up, she has something that says, do not get excited, do not get upset, because that person always can push your button. But now you prepare, you thinking about it, and you should be able to catch some of those words that you say and don't let them get out. Like, because a lot of times it happens so fast when somebody call, and next thing you know, y'all into emotions now. But it's something about it. If you see it up front when you answer the phone, and it might stay on your screen. I didn't ask her because I do need to find out how she does that, because that's something we all need to work on, our emotions, and don't let things get you upset. Don't let things irritate you. Like Vice President Harris, she knew it was gonna get under Orange Man's skin when she started talking about them rallies. That was the whole plan. She just brought that up out the blue because she knew it was gonna irritate Orange Man to the death. She said, you know, by the way, if you ever get a chance, check out one of those rallies. He talks about superhero characters. He talks about all kind of stuff there. And then when she said that people are walking away, oh, he turned orange. Yeah, see, they should have already trained him on that. She's gonna come and get at you. Boy, he jumped up. You know, people doesn't walk away. Everybody's great. My crowd is great. They say I got the largest crowd in the world. I've always had the largest crowd. See, that's the kind of stuff you can't let people get under your skin with. You got to know that particular person calling you, they know more about you. And so they know how to push the buttons. You have to be prepared for that. Don't let them push those buttons. So that's number 18. Thou shalt not get upset or shocked by what humans do. Humans that might be business partners with you, church partners, they could be anything. They're human and they'll do something. And you're human and you should watch those emotions. All right. Number 17 of my 20 commandments. Thou shalt not make excuses for our lack of success, for your lack of success. We can't make excuses. Here we go. Another example. I guess we can get a lot of examples from the debate. Everybody who watched that debate pretty much knows that old Trumpy lost that debate. He did. But here's the problem. He won't accept anything. Soon as this is how you know that he lost. Because before you know it, all the excuses came out. It was 3-on-1. They had the other media partners all on their team. They asked the wrong questions, or they wouldn't let me respond, and it was rigged. It was, see, when you lose, you start coming up with excuses and you start coming up with all kind of stuff. The thing is, what I'm saying is, we can't make excuses for our loss. If we got beat, we got beat. Okay, let's do this again. I'm ready to do another one. Or let's, instead of just making excuses for everything that happens to us because we lost in a situation. We can't do that. We have to look at it. Let somebody else make excuses for you. But we don't need to. We need to say, all right, let me watch the film. Let me see what happened. Let me see if I can fix this so it don't happen again. But he has some issues that needs to be worked. She does too. Everybody, we all have issues. Everybody got issues. We all human. We all human. But that was planned. She already knew. I mean, in the middle of the debate, she just brings that up. Because I'm sure her crew and her group knew that he hates that when you talk about his little rallies. And you talk about that's one thing he's so proud of, his rallies. And you say, and you tell him people walking away from the rally, even if they wasn't, by you saying it, I don't know what she's talking about. My rallies are full of, I got more people there than she does. She didn't even have any rallies. They're just, and people do us like that. When you pick up that phone, you know who that person is. Get ready. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for that person pushing our buttons. You can't make excuses. You can't justify. You can't go, no. You lost. Okay. This didn't happen right for me. Okay. Certain things I'm supposed to do, I can't blame that on, the computer or online or something. So then you don't have to worry about pointing people out and all that. You know where, right here. All right. Number 16. Nope. Can't talk about that. Can't talk about that either. These are some topics that are only made for certain situations with certain people. All right. I like this one. Well, this one. If you're doing business, let's say sales, and you're trying to get a business contract, or you're trying to get a particular person. I know somebody gonna say, well, that's not true because I've done it before and all this. I'm just suggesting that you want to monitor this, and that's thou. I said, thou shall not do business in bars and nightclubs. I know people meet leaders there, or business owners there to have a drink or two, and then your goal is to do business. This is not the golf course. It's all kind of activity going on in that club. There's all kind of activity going on in that bar. And I believe if you're not willing to, you start drinking with that person, then there's going to be other things that come up and all kind of stuff. So my suggestion is, that you shouldn't do business that way. Meet them at a Starbucks. Meet them at maybe you can do dinner. But I wouldn't have it in some kind of bar or some kind of nightclub. I would have dinner in a restaurant that's focusing on dinner, not all the other things that come with it. All right. I'm jumping down to 10. I think everyone, thou shall always give, be a giver. Again, I don't know, I think just in life in general, and I'm using business examples, but it can happen in family members, and always be the one that's giving the most. I know you say, I just get taken advantage of all the time, which is true. But you will always, the energy you put out will always come back. Some form of fashion. It might not come back right there. It might not. The things that you do, the things that you give, the things that you help people with, the universe has a way of bringing that back around. God has a way of bringing that back around to you. Might not be from that person, because you might have loaned that person, money that you really didn't have, and you expecting it that they're going to give it back at a certain time because you wanted to help them, and then they didn't, and now you're all upset at that person. But you might have a blessing coming from somewhere else, and you don't realize that's what that is, because you're still looking for that person to, where you can recoup your money from that person. And getting upset and mad, we all human, I understand that. But that doesn't mean your blessing is not going to come from somewhere else, and that it, might have already come. So that's why I would not just not be the giver. I believe that if you always a giver, your time, and that doesn't mean everybody calls you, you give them money. Everybody, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying being a giver in heart, meaning that it could be money, but it could, what I'm saying is you should always be looking on your end of what things you can give. Always. Because that same energy always comes back. Just like when you give bad energy, that's going to come back too. And a lot of times it comes back faster than the other way. Hits you in the face right away. All right. This is something I talk about all the time on this one. Thou shalt keep your goals and dreams with you at all times. Vision board, a little card in your wallet or in your purse, on the wall of your cell phone, some item or something that you want that's on your vision board. Keep it with you. Have it with you. So you can always look at it. You might be sitting in traffic, look at it. You might get upset about something. You can pull it out and look at it. Because these are the things that you're going to have in your life. And you got to believe that. So you got to keep it with you at all times. I believe that thou shalt always keep our visions and goals in front of us as some way. Like when my phone comes on, two things that I have on my vision board comes up on the phone. And I could be thoughts way away from, and then when that come up, boom, bring me right back on track. Brings me right. But see, out of sight, out of mind. And the reason I keep saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying it to the end of time, is that teaching is like repeating over and over and over until learning takes place. Teaching is repeating until learning takes place. And we might have to, every time I reread a book, I realize it's things in there and then I also realize I'm a different person at this time. So now I'm looking at different things. But I keep teaching myself this. I'm not going to stop teaching myself anything. I'm not going to stop learning. But the thing, even once I learn it, I got to keep doing it. So, okay, I've gone over time today. We're going to stop there at number 10, I think. But look up in the sky. There's a bird. There's a plane. There's Tony Fleming. If you want mindset accountability coaching directly from me for 1 hour, 4 weeks straight, 1 hour, we on the phone, and you need a push on something, you need some ideas about something, you need only $99, folks. That's for the month. You might only need that 1 month. $99. That's 4 hours of coaching, direct, no videos I'm gonna be playing or not. It's just gonna be talking back and forth, me and you, about what you're trying to do and what's your plans on doing things and how you want to do it. And then I'm gonna give insight on it and help you any way I can to make sure it happens for you. So again, it's $99 a month. You might only need 1 month. You might need 2 months. That'll be $8. But you can stop at any time. This is not a contract or something where you locked in and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. Check me out. You can go to mywealthlounge.com and you'll see other info in there about how to do this. All right. Thank you, ma'am, Miss Desiree, for that. So she wrote, the pen and the pencil broke. And so my time is up. And I thank you for yours. End stream right now.